I threw wish in a well? Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked to you as it fell, and now you're in my way.
We recorded at the world-famous Capitol Records Studios on Hollywood and Vine. What a great place. The best studio in the world. This was a project that has been at least 2 to 3 years in the making. I was playing a lot of shows in New York City at different jazz clubs, and I love jazz, but my real first love is with big band and orchestra style arrangements of, you know, vocal pieces. So that's what I ultimately wanted to do. A good friend of mine, Monty Alexander, who I played with in New York City many times, he said, you got to get in touch with Patrick Williams because he is the guy.
1, 2, 1, 2.
When James first came to me and kind of mentioned this whole idea, the thing that impressed me, well, there were quite a few things that impressed me. One was how long he'd been working at, for he's such a young guy. He'd been singing since he was, I think, 10, something like that. And, you know, his sense of where he wants to be as a vocalist was much more advanced than his age.
But here's my number, so call me maybe.
James sent a number of songs, as I recall, but there were 2 of them that were very recent hits, and I mean big hits. One was called Suit and Tie, and the other was called Call Me Maybe.
And I heard the synthesized horns in Suit and Tie, and I said, we can do this with real horns. And Call Me Maybe, I just heard so many great renditions, and I said, you know what? I want to add mine to the list, for sure. So we did it in a completely different way.
I kind of fooled around with these tunes for, I don't know, a couple of weeks to try to figure out how I could approach them and how it might work. And then we set the keys, and once we kind of got started with the idea, I started to get excited because I thought, you know, I think this could work.
And as long as I got my suit and tie, I'ma leave it off on the floor tonight. And you got fixed up too tonight. Let me show you a few things.
We had to get, you know, one of the best bands you can get in Hollywood, and we did. And some of the best players in the city are on these 2 cuts. And then the third ingredient was Al Schmitt.
Yeah, it was a thrill, and we got to record it exactly the same way we did Frank. And I had Frank's microphone, and we used it on James. James got to sing into the same mic that Frank sang into. So that was kind of a thrill.
I first met James DeFrances 10 years ago. We were in the green room at ABC TV with our mutual friend Nancy Sinatra, and this kid knocked me out. I never met someone so young who understood the classic music of the American Songbook. And it's no surprise to me that 10 years later, James is at the Capitol Studios in Hollywood, working with Al Schmitt and Patrick Williams.
It was really fun. The players loved it. Everybody was impressed how he can deliver, you know, this type of music with such confidence and a maturity beyond his years. And I don't think there was a single person in the band that didn't mention that to me. So I'm hoping that these things will be the start of something really special.
I'm leaving it on the floor tonight, as long as I got my suit and tie.